5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark.
And we're at T-minus 9 minutes and counting, and the ground launch sequencer has been initiated. NASA Test Director John Guidi is about to call for the transmittal of stored pre-launch commands as Atlantis is only 9 minutes away from launch on a mission to the Mir space station to retrieve astronaut John Blaha, who has been in space now for the past 4 months. Very soon now, pilot Brent Jett will be flipping switches in the cockpit to directly connect the 3 fuel cells to the essential power buses.
Copy one. OTC, the fuel cells are connected to the essential buses. Copy.
And the orbiter access arm is now being retracted away from the vehicle. This is the walkway used by the crew to gain entry into and out of the vehicle, and it can be returned to position within seconds if need be. As the access arm continues to be retracted, we're at T-minus 7 minutes and counting.
JRPS OTC, start your recorders.
JRPS can verify recorder started.
And PLT OTC, perform APU pre-start.
And the orbiter test conductor, Ray Prost, has given pilot Brent Jett the go-ahead to perform the auxiliary power unit pre-start procedure. Jett will set the switches in the cockpit to put the 3 power units in the ready-to-start configuration.
OTC APU pre-start's complete, and we do have the regard topics. Copy that.
T-minus 5 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. T-minus 5 minutes and counting.
Yeah, let's just go for orbital APU start.
And we have a go for APU start.
OTC, perform APU start. APU starts at work. CDR OTC, reconfigure heaters. Heater reconfigure is complete.
The launch team is terminating the liquid oxygen replenish to the external tank. And the team is now initiating LOX drain back. The solid rocket boosters and external tank safe and arm devices are being armed. Main fuel valve heaters on the 3 shuttle main engines are being turned on in preparation for launch today. The final purge sequence of the main engines is underway. T-minus 4 minutes and counting.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4.
A final test of the flight control surfaces will be conducted next. This is a program pattern of movements designed to verify the readiness for launch of the engines and other flight control surfaces. And the 3 main engines are being gimbaled as a final test before launch. T-minus 3 minutes and counting, and all is going well for today's launch. This mission carries a crew of 6 who will spend the next 10 days in space, 5 of those days docked with the Mir space station. Final pressurization of the liquid oxygen tank located inside the external tank is now underway. The gaseous oxygen vent hood will slowly be retracted away from the top of the external tank.
Watching on morning memory, verify no unexpected errors. Captain 1.
The orbiter test conductor has requested that pilot Brent Jett clear the caution and warning memory system. Everything looks good and we're cleared for launch today. No problems are being reported from the vehicle or the crew.
So TC caution warning is clear and there's no unexpected errors. Okay, flight crew, close and launch device, initiate O2, and on behalf of the launch team, have a great mission. Roger, thanks.
TLS is go for ET, LH2 pressurization.
T-minus 1 minute, 45 seconds and counting.
One minute, 30 seconds.
And all systems are go. Shuttle Atlantis is about 90 seconds from beginning its 10-day mission to dock with the Mir space station. T-minus 1 minute, 15 seconds.
One minute.
T-minus 1 minute and counting. Everything is still looking good for launch of the Shuttle Atlantis from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. T-minus 50 seconds, and we're transferring to orbiter internal power at this time. The Atlantis is now running off of its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start.
TLS is go for
And we have a go for auto sequence start. Atlantis' onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 15. 12. T-minus 10. 9. 8. We have a go for main engine start. We have main engines up and running. 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Atlantis on a 10-day mission to dock with Russia's orbiting outpost.
Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Atlantis into the roll to place the shuttle in a heads-down, wings-level position for the 8.5-minute ride to orbit. Seconds into the flight, Atlantis' 3 liquid fuel main engines now throttling back in a 3-step fashion to 67% of rated performance. That will dampen the stress on the shuttle's aero surfaces as it breaks through the sound barrier. 1 minute into the flight, the main engine's now beginning to rev up to full throttle, 104% of rated performance. The throttle up call coming up from spacecraft communicator Kevin Kriegel here in Mission Control.
Linus, go at throttle up.
Roger, go at throttle up.
1 minute, 20 seconds into the flight, Atlantis traveling at 1,500 miles per hour. Now 10 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 13 miles in altitude. The shuttle's 3 main engines, 3 auxiliary power units, 3 power-producing fuel cells, all functioning normally. One minute, 50 seconds into the flight, standing by for solid rocket booster shutdown and jettison. That command to come from the onboard computers through the master events controller on board Atlantis. Booster officer confirms a clean solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging on Atlantis' 3 main engines as they begin to steer for a precise keyhole in space for main engine cutoff.
Nominal.
Roger, performance nominal.
Linus, 2 engine maroon.
Engine maroon.
Those calls from spacecraft communicator Kevin Kriegel to Commander Mike Baker aboard Atlantis indicating that the solid rocket boosters provided the desired performance during the first stage of this morning's ascent to orbit. And if one main engine should fail, Atlantis has enough inertia to make a transoceanic abort to Morón, Spain. However, all 3 main engines continue to function by the book 3 minutes into the flight.